All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I know, yeah, I was a monk. It is 12:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is August 21st, 2025. Happy. Do I have it on the right? Wait a minute.
What's that?
No, I do. Okay. No, wait. Okay. Testing 1, 2. Okay.
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah, I just changed my mic. Okay. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Wayne Dupree. I'm the host of the Wayne Dupree Show here on Red Voice Media. We're here. We're there. We're everywhere. You can watch us mainly on most of the social media platforms, or you can download the show and listen on whatever platform that you listen on your podcast. Today is going to be a crazy show, but just want to let you know that we're going to be in and out real quick. Today, we broadcast Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Kind of feeling a little bit down today, but I think it's the weather. I mean, it's beautiful, chef's kiss weather out there. I mean, and I love an overcast sky. For some reason, I love an overcast sky better than I love a sunny sky, a sunny hot sky. I don't know why, but the overcast and the grayness of the blue brings out the green in the trees. I don't know. And also, especially if you have a great lawn, we're going to ask our resident homeowner here, how do you get a great lawn too? But my co-host from Minnesota, Mr. Jason Robinson. What's up, Jay?
Folks, happy Thursday. Welcome to the Wayne Dupree Podcast. We are so thrilled to take an hour with you. Chat rooms are already filling up. Thank you for tuning in on all the platforms. Do us a favor as we get going. Like, comment, share, helps the show get reach. And the big thing, I talk about this all the time. Part of why we do this show is we want you to know you're not alone when you see some of this stuff.
That's right.
And we want you to understand, because a lot of times you see things and you're like, am I the only one who thinks this is weird or this isn't how things should be? Join the chats in whatever platform you're on. Wayne listed. We got a ton of, we're on every platform. Engage with people on there. Nothing I like more than seeing people greet each other every morning. So it's phenomenal. And breaking news, I just saw this before I walked in.
Okay.
They overthrew the Letitia James case.
They what?
Remember the Letitia James, the one for like $500 million about the mortgage stuff?
That was hers?
That was hers, yeah. I just saw it when I was walking up that a judge overturned the case, said what we were saying on the show the whole time. It sounds like, and I haven't read it, so I'm just taking reports I've seen, but I know for sure it was thrown out.
Yeah.
And I know for sure the judge said it was excessive abuse. I don't know if it said like this wasn't even a crime. I've got to review that. But these cases are just getting thrown out. The Stormy Daniels case probably going to get thrown out. The Jeannie Carroll case probably going to get thrown out.
I don't know about that one. I think that one's going to Supreme Court because he keeps losing that one. So I think that was going to Supreme Court.
I mean, it's a civil lawsuit. So I'll be curious how it goes. And we even said this Letitia James one, like it got kicked up to the appeals court, and the initial view of the appeals court, because they kind of give like, you can tell when they're asking questions, they're like, are you guys insane? Like, how did you bring this case? What'll be interesting.
I wonder if that one's going to the Supreme Court too.
What's that?
I wonder if that one's going to. I mean, it's just a real estate thing, right?
Won't go. No, when the judge overturned it, I don't think it'll be appealed. What'll be fascinating, though, and this will be good to see, is and I don't know the answer yet, but if they said, yeah, what they did kind of broke the law, so it was a good prosecution, but the penalty you put on Trump was just excessive, that opens an interesting door, because right now they're active legal cases against Letitia James and Adam Schiff for mortgage fraud. So if the judge upholds that, yeah, they did something wrong, it's just the fine you imposed was too much, so we're going to throw it out, that would be actually a really, really bad precedent, because Letitia James claimed a house that wasn't hers was her primary residence. So did Adam Schiff. And Schiff was interesting because...
Is this Trump's thing that you're talking about, or is this something else? Because,
I'm
we
saying
got
Trump's case got overthrown.
Right.
Because it was excessive prosecution. As a separate matter, there are two cases that are starting to gain steam, one against Adam Schiff, one against Letitia James, that were a similar vein to what they went after Trump for. So Trump is going after them for a similar thing. But I've got to see this judge's ruling if they just said, oh, the fine you gave him was too big, rather than this shouldn't have been a case. That will be interesting.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we live in a society where everything is settled by court, I guess. I mean, it is.
Ooh, and actually, Terry Bauman says the judgment stands, but the money was thrown out. So what that will mean, thanks,
almost
Terry.
like what they did for Jeannie Carroll. Well, yeah, and the Jeannie Carroll thing.
Well, but here will be interesting, though.
He's trying to get the what's it called? He's trying to get the name that people call him or whatnot. He's trying to get that overturned, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but that keeps going for appeal. Aren't those appeals that just keep getting turned down?
Yeah, everything. It's all going up the legal footprint.
But that appeal would go to the Supreme Court, right?
It hasn't worked its way through all of the other courts first. So, like,
okay, so some go and then some don't.
Yeah, generally speaking, you need to, if it's a case, like, you can appeal to go right to the Supreme Court if there's extenuating circumstances.
Okay.
Most things need to go through like 2 or 3 levels of court cases prior to going to the Supreme Court. So it'll go through like appeals courts, district courts, that kind of thing, and then it'll eventually make it up there.
Here's the because, ladies and gentlemen, believe me, we got a special story coming up at the bottom of the half an hour that we have to talk about. But I really wanted to get this out of the way really fast. And Jason's gonna love the one at the bottom of the hour, because he has been, it's something I think that he's been writing for a very long time, as a matter of fact. And we're going to touch on it at the bottom of our. He doesn't know, but I'm going to throw it right to him, and I'm going to let him explain everything.
I was going to say, now I'm excited.
Okay, there we go. So at 12:30, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you are ready for this, because it's coming right to you, and you get to hear my awesome co-host over here explain it and talk about it in depth, because everybody's going to want to know. As a matter of fact, get your cameras out, get everything out, get your recorders out, because you are going to want to hear what Jason has to say. I promise you.
Do I get to wear my tinfoil hat?
Well, no.
Okay, this is a real thing.
This is fact. This is straight up fact.
Oh.
He's been working on this. He's been working on this for a very long time. And when I saw it, I was like, that's his story. I have got to talk about it. So we're going to talk about it in just about 20 minutes, real fast. Now, I don't know how many times that I've said this, and it happened in 2016 when it came to Trump's tax bill. Steve Bannon is talking about it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been talking about it. Okay. This Trump's beautiful bill. He needs help selling it to the American people before the midterms. Just that easy. the bull crap that these people are doing, and I mean, they'll be back in about 2 weeks. The bull crap that they're doing and everything is criminal because they know that they should be out there. Everything that they wanted, or everything President Trump wanted, they did everything that they could. They pushed this through, They should be talking about it. They should be explaining it. Okay. President Trump is working on other things, Russia, Israel, that he's working on so many other things. Republicans should be able to carry the water for explaining what the bill is all about. Whether it's TV commercials, whether it's ads, whether it's memes, whether it's whatnot, they should be able to explain it. And they're not doing it. I don't know whether they're in Acapulco, whether they're in Greece, Italy. I know Johnson, speaker, went to Israel. Maybe if since some people were covering it, he could have spoken about the bill while he was being covered. I don't know, but you can't expect the man to do it by himself. You can't. And if you don't explain it, and you're coming up on the midterms, you already got the governor out there in California mimicking President Trump on social media and stuff. I'm surprised that the people on the right are angry. Who is it? Even Bannon was kind of impressed about doing the stuff that Trump used to do. So with the midterms coming up, everybody's got to be on board. Everybody's got to be ready to go. But if they aren't going to get out here and talk about the bill and what's coming and what's good for the American people and stuff, what are you doing? Jason, go.
Permission to time warp to the year 2020, 2012, 2014. Mentally. Our audience, we got a lot of old people on there, ourselves included. Go back. Think of that Republican Party that hated you, that generally preferred to be in the minority because it was better for fundraising, that wanted to start wars in foreign countries to send our kids to so they could get rich from military contractors. They wanted to act like they were going to make America better when they sent our jobs overseas. That is your Republican politicians, excluding Trump and a handful of MAGA people. Though that party has no interest in leading, in changing, in bringing on fundamental change. I mean, think of what President Trump's done in his first 6 months in office. Close the border, everybody agrees. Closing the border, good. 80-20 issue, everybody agrees. Building the wall. They're talking about painting the wall black now, so it gets hotter or something. I don't know.
So they can't climb up. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so they can't climb up. Most everybody agrees. Tariffs. A lot of discussion about tariffs, but it is bringing manufacturing home. We all love it. Deportations. Everybody agrees criminal illegals go home. Many people agree illegals in general go home. Sentiment is widely shifting where people are like, hey, we like as they're getting more exposure to it, you get guys like the truck driver thing we talked about the other day. People are more like, hey, let's shut some of this stuff down. I mean, so many wins, shutting down U.S. aid, and it's no coincidence that U.S. aid gets shut down. All of a sudden, the Democrat Party can't fundraise, and like all your media apparatus of left-wing stuff is starting to get shut down. Like these two things are interconnected, not directly connected all the time, but interconnected. So many good things. And President Trump, if he gets a strong House majority in the midterms, can get even more done in what we might see as the most historic lame duck period of any president's thing. His last 2 years, like we could see great things. Republicans that aren't getting out in front of everybody and aren't saying like, hey, these are fundamental transformational pieces that, he's not just like tacking on things. They need to lock it in more with legislation. Don't get me wrong. We need to see that, but just fundamental transformations. Republicans you don't see running on all these wins. They are your 2014 Republican Party that many of us hated. I mean, I hated them. Like they did nothing to make my life better.
Yeah. I mean, Jason just brought it out there. I mean, it's like, again, you look at what President Trump wanted to do, and you look at, I mean, I don't even think it was a sacrifice that these congressmen, they didn't sacrifice really anything. I mean, they were in power in the House, and they were in power in the Senate. It would have looked really stupid for them not to do it. And usually every president gets it. Every president, well, if their party is in control of both houses, they're going to get it. But rarely do you have the party that sends all that stuff up there just to sit on the sideline and watch. Right. Really pisses me off to the highest of festivity when that type of shenanigans happen. But I tell you what, I see another thing that I don't know is what happened to like sort of activism. Now, I've never been for online activism because online activism to me is fake.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, seriously, or actually, there's no such thing as online activism. In a way, if Jason posted that there's going to be a meeting or a meeting at the town hall, something to talk about that's different. But you can't lead a movement online by itself, And with the way that these politicians are doing the American people, think about it, Jay. And I'm gonna throw it to you. These people are getting paid six figures every year. Some are leaving and going to lobbying positions and everything. And I'm not saying that the federal government should be doing everything because both of us believe in limited government, but they're not doing nothing. Jay, I can't.
Well, you bring up a couple things, and we had some good comments in the chat I'll get to in a sec. The thing people need to understand is that, and this is weird, this is hard for us. Kind of reframe your brain a little bit, look at it a little different. We pay the government to do nothing. Now, like I saw Elise Stefankin or the Democrat lady who used to be CIA tweeting something the other day about how, we want the government to help us get good jobs and houses and all this stuff. And my response to her was, no, we don't want the government to do anything. If I send somebody to the government right now, I want them to pass bills to limit government, to shut things down. I want them to shut down agencies, to limit regulation. I don't need you to make sure I can get a job. I need you to get out of my way and my fellow citizens' way so we can just live our darn lives and get out of it. And it's funny because I used to say the same thing where it was these government, they're not doing anything, rah, rah, rah. And then it hit me one day. I don't want them to do anything. I want them to do very little. I'd like them to do a few things. Make sure our borders and our nation are secure, balance a budget. I don't need you planning for my retirement. I don't need you feeding the poor. The government doesn't need to feed the poor. That's my responsibility. It's your responsibility. It's everybody's responsibility, not the government's, to make sure the people in your community have food. I don't need any of that. So it's funny. I've made a tangible effort to, anytime I think I need the government to do more, I need the government to do more to get rid of the government, because we are not, the problem with America is not too many laws, too many regulations, too much, or not enough of those things. The problem is we have way too much. We have way too many unproductive people. Look at how many people work for the federal government, and understand that is not a revenue generator for America. Like none of those jobs produce money for America. I think of it like I used to work for a retailer, And in retail, you have like the guy that unloads a truck. You have the guy that stocks the shelves. You have the cashier that ring things up. Those are all revenue producing people. You know, the HR department sitting in the back going, oh, I wonder how everybody's doing today. Like they have a finite set of responsibilities where they need to make sure people are paid, they're following the laws, those sorts of things. They are not revenue producers. And if you have a retail store where like a third of your staff are the HR department, you are going to go out of business. And that's America right now. Like a third of our country, of the jobs is somehow related to the government, and that's got to stop. That is a horrible business model. Like Wayne and I could not run our businesses if we did that.
You're right about that.
The other thing I wanted to touch on real quick is, we're talking about like the Democrat Party and the fundraisers, that kind of thing. It's interesting because sometimes when I'll make the comments like, you shut down USAID and the NGOs, all of a sudden the Democrat Party goes bankrupt. And people are like, well, show us the proof, blah, blah, blah. And it's interesting. People can't conceptualize, and here'll be the best conceptualization I'll give for it. We all understand if you put a factory in a small town in Ohio, the whole town thrives. There's businesses that grow up because of the factory. They aren't necessarily just getting money from the factory, but there are businesses that exist in that town. And you take out that factory, the whole town, the dry cleaner goes out of business, because you shut off the primary money source. In my opinion, what we're seeing is shutting down USAID, NGOs, all those things. You are seeing all these other things going bankrupt because they were the laundromat, they were the bakery, they were all those other things in the small town that existed from that primary money source. And thank God for President Trump for shutting that down. I'm all fired up today, Wayne.
Why are you fired up?
So 2 days ago we had a work thing go south. One of the guys got sick, and so I got no sleep. Not last night, but the night before. And I was up. We had to figure out how I was going to get his work done. And we figured it out. Team pulled together. We got stuff done. And I got a great night's sleep last night. I slept for 8 hours. That is like a lifetime achievement award for me.
Yeah. That's cool. Jason, he's been doing ever since we connected with the CPAP stuff. He's been kicking it up. He's been kicking it into gear.
This weekend will be fun. It's my first water tank replacement. Every 6 months, your water tank gets replaced. So,
you know what? You're right about that. Yeah. You are right about that. Mine is May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Mine is in November. Yeah. But yeah, I even set a reminder for it. Does the water ever run out?
Not for me. The only time it has is if my mask doesn't seal right and a lot of air comes through. But I fill it with distilled water every day.
Every day?
Yeah. It's funny, though. I can tell the tank needs to be replaced because yesterday after I cleaned it and filled the water, I'll put it on and then I'll hit the button to make sure it's sealed. And the last few days, it just hasn't sealed well. So I got to take it back out. But it counts as putting your mask on and off.
Yep.
When you start that machine. So like yesterday I had 3 mask offs when I really had one because that stupid tank was leaking air. Oh my God. Becky has her water run out too.
Becky, when your water runs out, does it run out while you sleep?
But do you fill it every day? Oh, see, that's your problem. You just answered my question. Fill your water every day, Wayne.
Because I thought you can get 2 days out of a tank. So and dude, it doesn't smell too good. That plate gets hot, I guess. It starts smelling like it's burning a little bit. It's like,
especially if you have the auto sensor on, because I think it senses the humidity. And if there's no humidity, it's like we got to turn up the heat because.
Lord, but yeah, we're coming up on 12:30. Like I said, we want to talk about a story that Jason's been working on for a while. As a matter of fact, Yeah, and he is expert on this one. And I'm first off, I want to tell you something about the old dude over here. I met him a couple of years ago, and I don't even know how we met. How did we meet, boy?
We were marketing Trump products at my old company, and we were talking about RPM and different products.
How did we connect, though? I mean, did I contact you or did you contact me?
I got your contact information from somebody, and we offered our services to help because for a while there, Making Web was like doing your hats and mugs. I still got a box of mugs, and that's how we met.
I got one you sent me too. Yeah,
I got so hit me up, send me a DM if anybody wants it. But yeah, then after that, we started communicating more personally, and then when the CEO retired and I started up my new business, I remember just as an off-edit comment one time we were talking, I'm like, hey, if you ever need somebody to sit in a podcast, like my new company, we're going to be doing that, and I'd love to hang out. Yep. And then Wayne called and he's like, hey, what are you doing Monday? And then the first 2 weeks, I never even knew like if I was going to be on tomorrow. Like I had a super blast, and Jen's like, oh, it seemed to go well. Are you doing it tomorrow? I'm like, don't know. I'll find out.
Yeah, your wife is awesome.
Yeah, we are getting multiple confirmations. The case didn't get thrown out, only the penalty.
Yeah. Private transaction. Jason and his wife Jen have helped out in huge ways over the years. As a matter of fact, they care a lot about this old dude over here in Baltimore. So really appreciate that. And he has a smile on his face. He should have a smile on his face because
I got a good wife. I got to get you another one, Wayne. You had two divorces,
you know what?
right?
You know what? Nope, can't do it.
Can I tell you a funny story?
Please do.
So we get together with a buddy of mine, his mom, big group of us get together every other Saturday. And many of them are Democrats. Kind of fun. They're like normie Democrats, and we can argue about stuff but still love each other. But my buddy Jim was only married once and got divorced. And we keep saying, he's a little older than me. He's like 60. We're like, oh, you should start dating again. And then Jen's sister joins us and her new boyfriend. So Jen's sister has 2 divorces. So her next one will be her third. So on my concept, the third one's the charm. Like that worked for me and Jen. It was the third one for both of us. But her boyfriend only has 1 divorce. So it's like, how's that going to work if she has 2, but you only have 1? Like it won't be the third for him. And then I'm like, my buddy Jim has only had 1 divorce. So if he's going to date somebody, get married again, he needs a third. And fun news, my buddy Mike, who you knew from social media, I actually became an ordained minister so that I could marry my buddy Mike. So a few weeks ago, I said, wait a second, you both have only had 1 divorce. Maybe what I need to do is marry Jim and Vern. Because if Jim and Vern get married and then we divorce them, it will be both of their thirds the next time. So then Erica and Vern could get married, and Jim, if he finds somebody, he could then marry that person. It would work out. You got to get that second out. So the last month or so, every couple of weeks, we're getting together this Saturday too, but every couple of weeks when we get together, we talk about how, like, hey, like, what are the wedding plans? Like, you guys figured out what you're going to wear. I can marry people too, Wayne. So when you find that special someone to host your show, like, to perform your ceremony. So, yeah.
One of these days, Jay's going to say that I also need the white picket fence and the sun setting in my front yard and whatever. Is Jen there?
She's working. Yeah, she's downstairs.
She's working today. Okay, yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 12:30, and it is time to talk about this story. And I hope that all of y'all will be. I mean, it's riveting. As a matter of fact, the website is the American Tribune, right?
Yeah,
that's your website. Okay. Again, Jason's been working on this for a while. So, wait a minute. My fault.
Look at you, funny man.
Oh my God. Happy birthday, man.
Thanks, dude. Oh, that's funny. I was wondering if you'd say anything. I was like, oh God, I don't celebrate my birthday.
Happy birthday, man. I really
appreciate it, Wayne.
Congratulations to you. And ladies and gentlemen, today is Jason Robinson's birthday. And I didn't want him to think that I didn't know.
Oh.
And I want y'all to there. See, there you go, Lisa. And Lisa says, "Happy birthday, Jason." You got Dragonfly in there. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh.
Look at that. Then we got
awesome.
Kev.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
51 young years old. Giddy up.
Look at you. Look at you. So look, birthdays are just pouring in there, man. Look at that. Look at that. Oh man. So look, like I said, it's your story. I didn't lie. You've been doing this for a very long time. So
thank you, everybody. You're too kind. See, it's have a make you smile birthday. So yeah. So here's what's funny on my birthday. I always, like, when I worked in the corporate world, it always seemed like the worst things happened on my birthday, like at work. And so I treat it like Final Destination when, like, it skips you and death's coming for you. My birthday, I'm always like, lay low, don't do anything. Tomorrow, I think Jen and I are going to the casino or something to celebrate. But today, it's just get through. And yesterday, I told you a little bit about the work thing. Like one of the guys, and we've got a 5-man team. One of the guys is going to be out for a little bit. And it's like, oh my God, who's going to do his work? And I'm like, is that going to be my work? My work blow up? Like, who knew? I have celebrated by mowing the lawn today, since you were talking about lawn care.
Yeah.
I got a riding mower though, so it's not that bad.
See, look, see, there you go. It's electric, right?
I have an electric push and a gas rider.
Okay. All right.
So the push mower, we just use, Jen wants it for exercise. And she always like, I'm going to go mow, but I end up doing it during the day. Like, you do a lot of the same stuff I do, where you work from home, you get your morning stuff done early. It's like, I can probably sneak out and mow. Otherwise, we're going to mow this afternoon.
Well, I just want to let you know, I appreciate you, man. And
I appreciate you too, Wayne. Thank you.
I think the world of you. And even though, look, we don't agree on a little bit, but we agree on a lot of stuff. And I was thinking, honestly, I think, I haven't been able to do this for somebody in a very long time. So really means something.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny too, like our friendship. And like I mentioned, the group we get together with on Saturdays, like that's how America used to be.
Mm-hmm.
You could yell at each other and say, oh, this is stupid. Oh, no, I think this is right. I think this is wrong. And at the end of the day, you can still love and appreciate each other. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't happen enough in America. And if you look in the last 10, 15 years, it's just so sad that how many friendships have ended over like disagreements over things. Like you and I, like, go back to the tariffs. Like we fought about that all the time. Like you think it's, we had different opinions on the approach, but at the end of the day, we still appreciate each other's opinion. We can think we're wrong or silly or whatever, but at the end of the day, like we hang out and it's okay to disagree on things.
Oh yeah. And but one thing that we will agree on is that today is a special day for you, and you should celebrate it every way that you can, because it doesn't. All your hard years are behind you, homie. You should be riding in right now. This is you have a family, you have your grandchildren. You have a dangerous dog park. You really trying
I'm a
to.
blessed man. I'm very lucky. I
There
get to
you
hang
go.
out with you in the audience too 4 times a week. Like, how great
There
is
you
that?
go. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm able to do that. I got a call from the. Well, I didn't get a call, but I got a little notification last night, and I was thinking, how am I gonna do this?
Oh, you're funny.
And I don't want to start off the show. And I'm always one that likes surprises. I like giving surprises, like when I came home from the military for my first leave after basic training. I didn't let my mom know that I was coming home, and it just happened that it was going to be a Sunday morning. So I knew she was going to be in church. So because you're wearing your dress blues when you leave and you go home, I'm dressed up in my blues. I had my green bag with me. The guy says, "We're going to take you." I said, "No, you're going to take me to church." Church? Yeah, my mom's in church. So um, I knew the schedule of the services, and I knew we were going to come right in around the time that she was going to be sitting up front. And so I said, "Okay, all right." So I just stood outside the door, and then all of a sudden I just opened up the front door with my hat on and everything. I just walked in, and everybody, kind of like this. And my mom turns around, she gets, kind of like.
You damn near killed your mom, Mr. Dupree.
I know. Yeah. So, yeah, I was thinking about this. I was thinking about it last night, and again, I want to thank Jen. She's a jewel, and
I outkicked my coverage.
Yeah. So just make sure, young man, because you're still young. I'm closer to Social Security than you are, but
well, see,
sure
here's the thing. So for the week, we always do like dinner on birthday. I think tomorrow she's taking the day off. So after I get my stuff done, we're gonna go to the casino probably. Gotta figure out one of the new casinos open their buffet. We were talking about buffets.
Yes.
And they had a really good buffet. Treasure Island in Minnesota opened their buffet. So we're like, man, do we go check out the buffet? And because they got like prime rib and they do it right there.
Oh.
Or do we go to Turtle Lake because there's an Amish store by the casino so we can get our Amish butter? So we got a big decision to make tomorrow. But tonight it was going to be, what do we have for dinner? And so I think we talked about, and this is probably where we need to start talking about food.
Yes.
Thursday.
Yes.
So one of my favorite meals is country fried steak. And I love country fried steak.
Okay. With the gravy?
Yeah. Get your sauce and gravy. Yeah. Okay. Couldn't find it anywhere around, like, unless you want to drive a ways to a truck stop. They always have the best. And then for some reason, I was talking with some of the guys at work, like, hey, what do you think? And everybody loves country fried steak. And then I'm an idiot. I didn't think to look at the breakfast menu. So I looked at the breakfast menu of a couple restaurants nearby. They had it on the breakfast menu, and they serve all-day breakfast. So 2 days ago, I told Jen, I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe for my birthday. I'm like, why wait? Let's do it today. So Tuesday, we went to get country fried steak, and it was pretty good. And then yesterday, we were like, what do we make for dinner? She was going to make shrimp fettuccine, but she's working a little longer, and I'm like, maybe we skip dishes. So last night we went to the other restaurant to have chicken fried steak, country fried steak. so I've had country fried steak 2 days in a row. So I don't know what we do for dinner tonight.
Well, look, watch those calories though, man.
Oh, yeah. Okay? Yeah. I didn't eat much yesterday.
Okay. All right.
Oh my God. People are talking the Cracker Barrel too. Can we just pour one out for the Cracker Barrel?
You know what? People make so much of it. Look, I didn't even know. Seriously, I did not know, and most people didn't know that. I mean, it's like it's just Cracker Barrel. They didn't think nothing of it, and all I know is that they make some very good pancakes, and I learned how to do their hash brown casserole. I learned how to do that, and I got that down pat. So people, just it's still called crack. Oh wait, no, they changed the name too. Did they
No,
change the
they
name?
got rid of the logo and they're changing the interior of it. So the whole thing is
The food. Look, y'all. The food's gonna be still the same. I mean, things changed over. I mean, to change it to Smithsonian. So I mean, just
here's what I don't like about it. And we don't have any Cracker Barrels near us. The last one closed down a few years ago. I like their food, that kind of thing. There used to be a restaurant around here called the Machine Shed. It was very similar. It had a little bit more of the like table to farm sort of stuff and had the farmer motif in it, that kind of thing. What I don't like about Cracker Barrel, and I'll take out the woke or any of that stuff, I just hate that we have some of these iconic things that were like historical and Americana, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden now they're gone, if that makes sense. And like so many of those things, like our favorite restaurants, my wife and I go to are small, locally owned restaurants. Like I would rather go there 10 out of 10 than some big chain. I like walking in. The place we usually go on Fridays for dinner, like we know the owner, and Cracker Barrel, while it was still corporate, it still tried to hold on to some of that small towny like feel. And like we don't need another modern. I mean, even think of McDonald's. Like you used to go in, every McDonald's was different. They had playlands and weird stuff, and it's like everyone was designed by somebody on psychedelics a lot of times with some of the. And now you go in and it's the most sterile thing ever, and it's sad.
Well, what happened to those playlands though? Kids are peeing in those balls and stuff. I mean, it became a infested type of thing. As for the Americana thing, old things go away. Old things go away, and one of the reasons why I hate going home these days, going back to Cambridge, is so many things have closed down. There was a restaurant out by the airport that my mom used to love to go. Jason, if you thought Cracker Barrel was something, this restaurant oh my God, that breakfast. Good Lord Jesus. And the amount of food that they gave you is like, how many people working in the back,
Right.
for this to happen? And it turned out that they were closing down.
Yep.
They were closing down because things were changing. Many people weren't going out to that anymore. It wasn't taken over by a corporation, but it wasn't little. Well, it was it was a nice size, but it wasn't large. But that type of Americana is gone. People will remember it, but they won't ever see anything like that again. There used to be a place, and I really wish that you could have seen this. It's called English's Fried Chicken. I don't know whether you ever heard of it before, but it was here on the East Coast. First it was Geno's, but best fried chicken on the East Coast. It was so crispy, and when it was almost red. It wasn't hot, but it was almost like a red type skin. When you pulled the red back, you could see that they use a coating on it, but the chicken was juicy, and they closed down. I mean, it's just, and look at what they did to the syrup thing. Look at what they did to the rice thing with Uncle Ben's. Look at what the way that these people are going. But if we were to come back in about 100 years, I always thought my dad passed away in 97. And I used to think like maybe 10 years later or something like that, my dad wouldn't know anything. If he came back 10 years later and he between Baltimore and DC, there used to be a whole lot of trees just trees for days. But now what you have overpasses. You have a stretch of, what do they call those stores? The outlet stores, but
like strip malls.
Strip mall. You have strip mall. If he came back 10, 15 years later, he'd be like, what is this? You know? So
It's funny to say that. One of the towns we like to go to, it's just up street from us, called Anoka, Minnesota. Halloween capital of the world, ironically. They were one of the first cities in America to celebrate Halloween. Most all the buildings were built in the 1800s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and beautiful little town, and it's not big. It's funny, I joked to Jen, someday I want to be the mayor of Anoka. Like that's when Wayne keeps throwing that up. That's when that's when when I'm done doing everything, I'm going to go be the mayor of Anoka. But in their main street, one of the restaurants we go to, Billy's, it's a place we go generally on Fridays. They got prime rib. They got good. Their appetizers are so big it counts as a meal. All that kind of stuff. But you think about, here's this iconic little town. Businesses kind of come and go in these beautiful buildings that are, 200 years old and are 150 years old. And when they built those, they built a building that people would still love and appreciate 200 years later. And then you walk into some of these buildings that we have now, and it's like 50 years from now, like what a soulless, ridiculous. Even think about government buildings. Like there was a time in America, government buildings were beautiful and amazing, and architecture, courthouses were these amazing looking things. Something you could look at 200 years later and go like, wow, that's a building. Now, like if you look at the Obama library they're building, that thing is like the ugliest thing ever. Like nobody's going to want to see that. And how many more of our like federal buildings have we seen that just aren't built like that? And it's sad. I mean, America's become so corporatized that,
Well, I mean, you do have Building 7 that just fell down by itself.
Yeah, you can knock it down. All right, please.
A stroke of.
Oh yeah, Minnesota Patriot knows about the Anoka. Giddy up, Minnesota Patriot. Hometown atmosphere.
And plus,
it's funny, that's my dream for the kids. There's this bakery in Anoka. It used to be like this German family owned and run called Hans Bakery. Then it went out of business and a lady bought it, started it back up, and then it sold out to kind of a smaller corporation, and it just sucks now. So I keep telling the kids, like, it's almost out of business. And I'm like, kids, get ready, because when it goes under, we want to buy that thing, and you're going to have to run a bakery. Because, like, then when I retire, I'll have a place to go and have free coffee, hang out, and then I can be mayor. Okay.
You brought up something with that too, because sometimes people don't change the name of the thing, but they do change ownership. And when they change ownership, the eggs just don't taste the same.
Right.
The bacon isn't crisp like it used to be. They've just taken off one of your favorites and put something that you never heard of before that doesn't even look good. So believe me, I know exactly what you're talking about there.
Well, and it's funny too, because if you want to go like politics on some of that, and Kevin mentioned it in the chat that they had, or no, who was it that mentioned it? The Dragonfly, the oral architecture can't be replaced, too costly.
Oh, sorry.
And they deliberately make it ugly, Marxist ugly. It's interesting because part of the theories of Marxism is for Marxism, communism, that kind of stuff to work, in addition to getting rid of religion, is you remove the connection people have with the future. Guys like Wayne and I, or the audience, should be thinking about like what we're handing over to our grandkids, because you make different decisions.
That's what we're saying yesterday. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You make different decisions when you're saying the decision I make today is going to impact my grandchildren.
Yep.
When you build a building with the thought this is going to be around in 100 years, you think different than like, hey, I'm going to build a cost-effective building that whatever. And that's part of that Marxism theory is you get people to quit worrying about future generations, worry about the now. And that's why it's called Marxist architecture, because It's just kind of throwaway designer strip mall type things they throw up and then they'll be gone.
Yeah. We're coming up on the end of the show for this week.
Yeah, what are you doing this weekend?
Working out. What? Not really working out. I'm just continuing to do. Got up this morning. Daughter got up with me, and we went out walking. Man, look, this is such beautiful weather. Golly, I don't need another 88 day ever again. This is, and I think this is from Erin or something like that. That's what I think it's from. But yeah, and I'm gonna bother Lisa over the weekend. I'm call her until she picks up.
Really? Lisa's been avoiding you?
No. I'm just gonna bother her. That's all. Just bother. Your weather is ruining my pool time. Yeah, she has a pool.
Oh.
Yeah, she has a pool. So
we need Lisa to find you ex-wife or wife number 3. That one won't be an ex-wife, Wayne. It'll stick. I'm telling you.
Jason.
And you're saying the weather in Maryland's too hot, so we shouldn't be looking at moving there?
It's too hot. No, what you moving here to Maryland?
Well, Jen and I were joking. We need to get a house out of Minnesota someday.
Yes.
Like second house or just sell this. I mean, it depends on what happens with the grandbaby. Like, we don't want to leave because we got the grandbaby. And I mean, the kids can travel to see us, but we like seeing the grandbaby every week. And it's like, where do you go weather-wise that isn't communist? Like, San Diego area would be perfect, but I have zero desire to live in California, and then you start looking at places and it's like Tennessee, Virginia, some of those are West Virginia, maybe have some possibilities, but yeah.
How about South Dakota?
Oh, have you ever heard of South Dakota in the winter?
Oh, yeah, that's right. It does. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Back in my regional director days, I had South Dakota as a territory. And there was one time I went out there on a work trip and we got snow. It was North Dakota actually, but we got snowed in. For those who have never experienced that, like you have these long stretches of roads with nothing. And when enough snow hits, you literally can't leave. So I had to stay up there like 3-4 extra days until they could clear the roads. It was insane.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with Iowa. Jason, there's nothing wrong with Iowa.
The weather's still kind of Minnesotan.
Okay, because I was going to say this, but I know you said you wanted to be close. Kansas
might not be bad. Fun fact, I was actually born in Kansas City, Kansas.
Say what?
I was born in Kansas City, Kansas. My dad was stationed in Junction City. Oh, yeah.
There you go. I happened to, we were doing a Tea Party thing one year when I first started, and we stopped through Kansas, and we went past the stadium of the St. Louis Rams, right?
Oh, nice. I wouldn't want to be in St. Louis, though.
Yeah. But the way that the stadium was, you wouldn't think it was a stadium because it doesn't look like a stadium on the outside, because it's all brick and everything on the outside, so it looks like a regular old brick building almost. But you go inside, it's kind of huge. But yeah, Kansas. See, me myself, I'm trying to keep you in the heartland of America. So that's.
See, but where are we going to build the compound? Like, don't we need the survival compound with the gun turrets to fight off the communist Wayne?
Well, that's Kansas.
Oh, we can do that in Kansas? See, I was thinking like the woods of Tennessee. Get the solar grid, get the water filters.
What you doing down there, boy? You the Minnesota folk, ain't you?
Oh yeah.
You don't look like you belong down here.
Well, I mean, you went to Tim Pool's compound. Like, it sounds like that's a pretty cool compound.
Yeah.
Out in the woods.
But I don't hang in West Virginia, though.
Right.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, West Virginia is probably one of the best places that anybody, if you want to go visit somewhere, you visit West Virginia. It's a beautiful place. I'm sorry for what the federal government has done to it, if you want to get political, but it is a beautiful place. I just wish that more Americans knew what the government was doing to West Virginia, so that they could get so many people over there can get saved. And I'm not talking about Christian saving. I'm talking about their lives, because fentanyl is doing a major drugs are doing a major damage to West Virginia. Most of the people there are on food stamps. And a little known fact is that they have the most deaths per capita from the military. In all the 50 states, they have the most.
Oh, you mean the most number of service members killed?
Yeah, per capita. So yeah, it's a rich state because the resources are there, but the people are suffering, and they've been suffering for a long time, especially when Obama removed coal or tried to get rid of coal.
Oh yeah, that was huge industry.
Huge. And if, man, see, the thing, I love West Virginia. I love the people there, as a matter of fact. They tried their best to show we have cleaned it up. We've made it clean. You go through there, and Jason, I mean, most of their stuff is underground. They made it look good. It's cleaning, and the cold, everything was good, and they still wanted to get rid of it. That's, it is what it is. But
we got to find a way to get jobs back. And I mean, it's all those, like the coal towns, the manufacturing towns. We talk about the Rust Belt. All those towns are what America should be. Where you have that primary industry, you have
Americana, man,
and everybody in the community is kind of tied to it. And then you get that shared commitment of, that community feel. And instead,
I was watching a documentary a long time ago. There was a town bully, and there's a town bully, and he scared everybody. So one day he was getting in his truck, and him and his girl got in the truck, and the town folks, they lit him up. They they lit him up in the truck. They didn't kill his girlfriend though, but they lit him up. When the police came and asked questions and stuff, nobody knew who did it. They surrounded the truck and pumped that truck full of holes and everything. They took care of that bully in the town, but nobody went to jail. Nobody went to jail for it.
That's how small towns work, baby.
Exactly. That's right. Yep. So, but again, ladies and gentlemen, today is Jason Robinson's birthday. We're getting ready to roll out of here. I want to once again, congratulations to my co-host. I hope that he takes the rest of the day, relaxes. He's 51. He looks 25. God bless him. So thanks for giving him all these well wishes. Hopefully he saves this video so that he can have it in his records or whatnot. He can show his business group all the love that y'all gave him and stuff like that. So, Jason, I'm gonna give you the last word, and we're gonna get out of here.
All right, my 30-pronger to end the week. First of all, thanks a lot, Wayne. I appreciate you. I appreciate us hanging out. I appreciate the audience. It's just awesome to hang out with great people. Like Wayne and I do this because we love engaging with each other and you guys, and we appreciate you coming along. Thought to. Like I will do tonight. I encourage everybody this weekend. This is my every other week lunch with the buddies group. If you don't have something like that, I would encourage you to set something like that up. Group of people. And it was funny how it came about. My buddy Jim, I do his taxes every year, and it's always like, we should get together more often. And we decided we're just going to have lunch once a month or every other week. And once we made a commitment, we followed through. So I would encourage you to do that. Final thing, folks, have a great weekend. We'll see everybody on Monday.
Right. Becky, that is December 10th is the day that I was born. And that's it. All right. Be careful.
right.
Be safe. Jason, you be safe. Don't get some more of that chicken fried steak from me. Tell Jen, thank you so much. And y'all take care. God bless everybody. God bless you. God bless America. We'll